Hello everyone, my name is Thomas and I'm here with a new video on Phantom Forces. So, this is the first video on my channel, hope you like it and please leave some feedback in the comments. And if you like it, of course, drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Alright then, today we're playing with SCAR HAMR and it was a really good session. I'm using a SCAR HAMR with the Reflex sight, Muzzle brake, folding grip and green laser. I'm also using an M1911 without any barrel attachments. I did use a mini sight and a laser on it and some really cool skins. So in this gameplay you'll see me playing on Desert Storm, King of the Hill. I do end up losing the round, but it was a really fun round to play and I really wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm doing this post commentary because live commentary isn't really my thing, because you know I don't really get to do a take two and things like that. You know, so I just want to do one nice commentary. I want to do it right. So, alright, let's get to the commentary. Okay, this moment here, you'll see me fail already, because I decided instead of pulling out my pistol immediately because I knew I was in a bad situation, or instead of retreating by leaving this room, I just tried to reload and hope that the enemy didn't come for me. Sadly, he did. So, that's a lesson for me, and also for anyone who's watching. Like, really, enemies will come after you if they know where you are. Like, that's something really important. Also, you'll see me here just like being too dedicated at firing at the enemy. And like I do eventually win this engagement, like I get 3 kills. And here, but this is a really nice example of using this gun. Just like you saw me do earlier, you can shoot through the wall with an LMG. And that's really nice, because when you have a SCAR HAMR, this works at long range, you can easily take out snipers while behind cover. So that really gives you an advantage, and it really makes you effective in combat. So here you see me try capping the hill by taking him over, and you see someone here in the corner. And this is why I use an M1911, because it allows me to quickly take out targets, and it draws up more quickly than just picking up an enemy gun and using that, because most carbines, but also most LMGs and assault rifles don't pull out as quickly. You just don't equip them as quickly as, for example, a pistol. So I just prefer pistols over picking up someone else. So. Alright then, and yeah, you see me here just going up onto this building. Like, even if you're not sniping, this is a really good position to take fire on enemies, because with an LMG, as I said, you can shoot through cover. So if you're on these higher areas, like up here, you can easily negate the cover that the enemy is also behind, like those little walls with those windows. And here you see me make use of the pistol really effectively. And here you see me make a mistake. Like I told you, I don't like using other people's weapons as my secondary. Here I made the mistake of grabbing someone else's gun, and it gets me killed eventually, because like I'm not looking behind me and I'm trying to go a bit too badass. Let's just put it like that. Yeah, and this is a problem. Like, I should have checked behind me first, because I heard him firing, and you know, I just ignored this. That's really bad for me. So here you see me doing the same. Like, I'm not taking the ground floor, I'm going up, because going up gives me an advantage, because the enemy is not immediately in the line of sight of the enemy, because if I'm down there, like, the enemy can just walk up to me immediately. While here, the enemy has to go behind me or over that tank, which really forces them to engage me, or A, engage me at range where I have an advantage, or B, try to get close to me, in which case they have to go through my line of sight. Here, and this like the power of an LMG, really. Like, just keeping down one point, you know, just guarding a door, for example, because you've got a lot of ammo in the magazine, and you can negate the cover. So really, it's just a really solid point cap and defend weapon. And here, like, again, like mid-range where this gun shines. Like here, I'm lucky that I won that engagement. They were just a bit less skilled than me, let's put it like that. But it was a fun game. Yeah, then like I'm making a mistake here by going up there and not immediately taking fire on this guy. Like, I thought there was an enemy there, but no, it wasn't. These grenades, that was a good moment. They are well placed. Like, if you put a grenade down onto the hill, you're almost always going to get a kill, because enemies are almost always going to be guarding the points, which is good. Oh yeah, and this is also some really smart play. Like, when like, you do want to keep your ammo pool topped up, even if you've got a lot of ammo, like with an LMG, you still need to make sure that you've always got ammo on hand. So what I did is I reload and I walk over that enemy gun again, because I know that it uses the same ammo as mine. Like, and also one more tip, you should, instead of laying down, a good way of taking cover when you're up there is by just walking backwards and staying more into that corner. Because that way, you're so far away that people from the hill can't shoot you, but you still got a line of sight on the enemy, so you can still see them approaching if they're trying to attack. Okay, and this is actually a pretty good moment again. Like, I am using cover, and I'm using the advantage of being able to shoot through the cover as an advantage for me. Although these windows, I don't really like them, because when you're behind them you are an easy target, because they just have to fire into the window and they're probably gonna kill you. And this is a bad moment. Like, I should have taken cover there and waited until I could take an advantage over the enemies, because this was a 2v1 situation, and I was fighting on my own terms. So really, when you can, you should be fighting on your own terms. You should be the one engaging in combat. Like, if someone else is trying to start fighting against you, that's when you're probably gonna get killed, because they have an advantage over you. They were aiming at you already, and they might actually be with more people in that situation. Also, this is a really good position for taking out enemy snipers, because they often try to lurk in those little building there where I was looking at just a moment ago. Okay, and then again, just going up and trying to get visual on the enemy downstairs. I tried shooting at unfriendly, that wasn't a good idea. Look, this is again a mistake. I should have waited until enemies go onto the hill before I tried to cap, because like I could hear their footsteps, so I should have done better there. Alright, then like this sniper there, I didn't engage him because I knew I had my own snipers of my own team trying to engage them. And this is a bad moment. Like, I tried to use my pistol to engage on those enemies. That was really bad. Like, I didn't have any advantage over them. There was no reason for me to use the pistol, so I should have used the SCAR HAMR. Alright then. Well, and this is actually like a pretty nice moment. I just dominate one guy and kill another guy using the tank as cover. And here I'm going semi-automatic. I shouldn't have done that. There's just no reason for it. Well, yeah, it does make your gun a bit more controllable at long ranges, but for me, like, it's just as controllable as just going full auto. And like, this is a really bad moment. Like, again, I tried to engage the enemy, but instead of trying to use the cover that I had, because that was really around the door, there are walls, so I could have stood behind the wall and still shoot at the enemy, I didn't. I walked right into the door and there were enemies there. Like, in here again, this is the point where this gun really shines, though I do get taken out by an RK1. Really nice gun. I am gonna do a montage on it. So like you shouldn't be standing in open spaces too much. Like, that's something that counts with any playstyle, with any gun. And here I'm aiming like through the hip. You can actually press T and aim in a different way. And this is like a moment where I get killed by a really low rank. It's really sad, but alright then. But like, it's really nice to aim through the hip actually with this gun, but not hip fire. I mean just aiming in an alternative firing mode, because when you're doing that, what happens is you have a really big field of view, because the sight isn't obstructing your view, and at the same time you still have the accuracy of the that you would have while aiming down sights. And that's why I use a laser instead of a canted sight and a high power scope, because it's just not worth it for me. Like, I could just as well aim using my laser or using a 1x sight. Alright, so here you see me engaging on this enemy, and I was hip firing. That wasn't good because I lost all my accuracy there and I missed low shots. So I do engage this guy. I should have used my knife there, like that would be more quickly and more quick, and the enemy wouldn't have noticed me. And like, I think I get kills from behind here. No, I don't. I could jump down, and like, this is like a moment where I get taken down by someone at range again. Like, this is like tunnel vision again. Like, I was looking at one area all the time instead of trying to keep eyes and eyes on the entire area around me. Oh yeah, this is also a good way of trying to keep your enemy down. What you do is you just fly around the corner while firing. So you really force the enemy to try and take cover around that corner so you can push up. Because that way you really just suppress the enemy. Like, you're not dealing much damage, but you are preventing them from getting out of that corner, which gives your teammates the chance of firing at them. And this again is also a good way of using an LMG, just firing down an alley and just trying to get as much damage down as possible. Maybe not that many kills, but it does give your teammates an advantage, because those enemies will have taken a lot of damage. So like here, like, you see me engaged on an enemy who's standing up there. Like, that's like also a really underused area of the map. Although on King of the Hill you shouldn't be standing around in those areas too much. You should be focusing on the hill. but those buildings where I was firing at, like those are really great when you're a team deathmatch and trying to snipe. Alright, I was trying to take out this enemy who was there, but he was already taken out by my teammates. Like, and here again, I'm trying to fire at an enemy and it works. Like, it's really, this gun is just really good at mid to long range. Like, in close quarters you can dominate enemies, but it's really more like you have to take an advantage in the fact that you've just got more ammo. You just can put out a lot of firepower, but you don't have the advantage that often in close quarters. And here again, just trying to predict my enemy's movements. Like that was like the enemy pushing at me, and I should have used my cover more properly there. Okay, let's see. Okay, like this was the moment that gave me a little bit of hope. I thought we were going to win because like we were capping the hill again and everything, but we're still gonna lose. So you're gonna see it at the end of the round. So yeah, you saw me firing to the wall, trying to predict their movements, but like they were just he was just sprinting, so it was so fast I was already away. Like he was already out away from that wall when I started firing at it. Yeah. Oh yeah, here again, like trying to take fire on the enemy, and like yeah, I'm just in an open area there, so like I was taking a lot of risk by standing there instead of just pushing into this hill. Like here, I'm trying to just hip firing on the enemy and see how many bullets I'm missing. That's really important. LMGs are not meant for hip firing most of the time. Like the MG36 is reasonable with hip fire, but this thing is it's awful. So you should really like be aiming whenever possible. Like I hear an enemy. I thought was this guy that I shot, but it was probably someone above me. And later on I realized that it was someone above me. Again, I tried shooting at that shadow because I think that might be an enemy, but no, that was the blue dot, so it was actually a friendly. And then like around me, this guy with the cleaver, yeah, he kills me multiple times this round. Knife only change, funny. Yeah, like from here on out, I'm having a bit of a bad moment, I think, yeah. Like no, this moment will be pretty good still. Like I'm actually taking fire at the enemy. Like I'm wasting a lot of ammo in this. Like I'm trying to suppress the enemy, but it didn't work out as well. I do see like a sniper up there, and I am trying to take fire on him, and I lose this engagement. This is where the cleaver, yeah, he kills me again. Alright then we go in. Yeah, this is where I start going a bit worse. Like my gameplay started getting really bad. So my commentary seems to be getting really bad. Having a bit of a sore throat. Yeah, like you see me firing at some enemies, like still like, a pretty good aim, but I do lose eventually here. Oh yeah, this was actually a pretty good moment. Like here, this room, you shouldn't be firing out of it because like those windows give the enemy a really easy point to fire at, but it was a really good place to take cover in while reloading. Yeah, and here I'm going around the corner and hoping I can take an engagement on the enemy. Look. That's like a moment where you can take advantage of the enemy because you've just got more ammo than them. You can put out more firepower in total than they can before they have to stop firing. So when you're not sure, like when you're being attacked by multiple enemies, don't try to reload quickly. Like you just gotta be ready to fire at any time. Like this engagement was really bad. Like I stopped firing to try and get closer, but that was really bad. I should just have kept on firing. I might have won. Or I should have taken cover, but then he wouldn't come for me, but I could use the knife. So yeah. You see me like slowly pushing for the hill, trying to aim at them, but then I realized if I take the ground floor, that the enemy might be looking at that point. So I'm taking the top floor first. But there's someone right behind me, and I forgot about that. Like now I'm looking at the footage. I'm actually seeing him, but I didn't when I was actually playing. So yeah, like it's actually quite hard. Like I'm getting pretty good at it, but it's still quite hard for me to try and observe where trying to scan the entire screen for any enemies. Like that was a really good point to use the knife. Like when you go after someone on the ladders. Like more experienced players tend to look right behind them when they go up the ladders or when they hear any footsteps when they're on a ladder. So like I guess more experienced players, the knife doesn't really work when you're trying to go for a ladder. because when you're on a when you're just against up against some less experienced players, it actually works really well, because they don't tend to look behind themselves as much. They don't tend to be aware of the situation they're in. And like from here on, I don't get much kills. So I just try to sprint for an enemy as quickly as possible with a knife. But yeah, I just end up losing the round. So really good gameplay here, and I hope you liked it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.